you will no longer put yourself in positions where you're made to feel that way. You will no longer tolerate being made to feel that way by any person. There is nothing outside of you that can move that inner trust and self-confidence that you have. You become more mysterious. Of course, people are going to be wondering what it is that you're doing because you're quiet. And that's okay. To wonder is fine. To pry is not. And to allow it is the worst thing you could possibly do. I apologize for the wait, but I really wanted to take my time with this video because at one point in time, this was something that I was contemplating and it seemed like it was just plaguing my life. For some reason, I could not figure out why it is I kept putting myself in the position where I was oversharing and maybe not even necessarily oversharing, but sharing with the wrong people, with people who I knew were not going to be happy with me. Wondering why I was sharing with people who made me feel icky and disgusting, with the feelings of shame and just disgust that I had even shared with them after we talked. I would come to them with something that was exciting, something that was important to me, something that was good things were happening to me and for me in my life. And when I came to them and I shared these things with them, I found myself afterward feeling disappointed, unencouraged, just vibing really low. When I was just so excited and so happy and so full of glee, feeling ashamed, feeling icky, disgusting energetically. This is what the answers that I came to. These are the conclusions that I came to. This is what helped me to stop oversharing and feeling that feeling of embarrassment. I have notes, so I will be looking down, but number one is I don't owe anyone any information that I do not want to give. I will just simply state, you know what, I'm not really open to talking about that right now, maybe at a later date, or I'll just be like, you know what, that's just not something I want to discuss at the moment. Find a way that you feel comfortable saying, you know what, we're not about to talk about this, or I don't want to talk about this right now. Even if you have to say, I don't want to talk about this right now. This is not something I'm open to discussing at this moment. People are going to say, oh, you're changed, you're acting different. This leads me to my next step. Be very, very comfortable being the villain in people's story, because the boundaries are for you. They are because the boundaries that you set in your life for your happiness, for your fulfillment, for your contentment are for you, not for anybody else. So a lot of times when they're used to you being Miss People-pleasing Patty, if you start being, holding your boundaries and enforcing them, people are going to start being a little bit different towards you. And that is okay. Let that be a sign that you are headed in the right direction, that your life experience is about to shift majorly because you have now developed boundaries around what you choose to and not to share. One thing about a dark feminine, a woman that is in her dark feminine energy, she is very mysterious. You're not going to know a whole lot about what she got going on because she's not going to tell you. For my next point, avoid putting yourself in positions that may cause you to be in a lax state or to be laxed on your boundaries until you get stronger. Until you get yourself to a place where you can be confident in the fact that you can trust yourself to enforce your boundaries, to tell people, no, I'm not talking about that right now, and to understand that they don't have to be comfortable with it. You're the one who has to be comfortable with it. Keep yourself out of situations and away from people and out of their space who cause you to be in that state of mind. People who make you feel pressured to share things that you are not ready to share. People who make you feel negatively when you do share something exciting with them. Do yourself a favor until you get strong enough and stay away from them. Stay out of those places. For number 4, if you just must tell someone, You have some great news and you're just so excited, you're full of so much joy, and you have to tell somebody. Two options. Number one, talk to yourself, because yourself is not going to make you feel terrible about accomplishing something and make it all about them, right? Or go find someone in public and share your good news with them. Chances are strangers are going to be much more happy for you than people you interact with on the day-to-day basis. Your family, co-workers, your friends, maybe those are not your friends if you feel that way, but you get what I'm talking about. If none of these methods work for you and you are still putting yourself in the position to overshare with people who you know for a fact have nothing positive to add to your experience, this is when we have to check in with ourselves and see why it is we are sharing with them in the first place. It's time for some shadow work. A lot of people run from it. There's no reason to do that. This is your best friend. If you really want to heal and be free, it's time to do some shadow work. We need to figure out why you're sharing with them. What is it that you're gaining from that? Or what is it that you're intending to gain from sharing from these people? And then, who is it? And why? Is it for accolades? Is it because you want them to see you as worthy of admiration and love? This is when you heavily get into your journal. This is where the healing and the freedom comes in. Is it a worthiness wound? Am I trying to prove that I'm good enough? Am I doing this for their love and admiration? If you find yourself in a situation where you've already overshared and you're feeling this gut-wrenching feeling of shame, in a position where you have already told all that you could possibly tell to the wrong person, do not beat yourself up. You will be tempted to. It is of no good to you. This is an opportunity to get some boundaries. This is an opportunity to set them, or at least an opportunity to figure out what boundaries need to be put in place around sharing and who you're sharing with. And as you start to master this, you will be building your self-love in the area of self-trust, because now in any setting, you have a feeling of safety because you know that you have boundaries in place and that you're going to enforce them. When you don't want to share, you're not. You will no longer put yourself in positions where you're made to feel that way. You will no longer tolerate being made to feel that way by any person. There is nothing outside of you that can move that inner trust and self-confidence that you have. You become more mysterious. Of course, people are going to be wondering what it is that you're doing because you're quiet. And that's okay. To wonder is fine. To pry is not. And to allow it is the worst thing you could possibly do. I hope you guys learned something from this video. This has come directly from my own personal experience. Please take it easy. Practice self-compassion. You will master it. But it does take practice. Keep yourself out of the situation and the spaces to where you betray yourself.